What up? Winbush here, and today I'm excited to show you guys how we can do displacement maps in Unreal Engine quick and easy using Quixel Bridge. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So I'm using Unreal Engine version 4.26, and for this example, I'm actually going to be using this texture here that I got from gametextures.com. It's actually a freebie, so all you have to do is sign up. And the reason I'm using this one is, yeah, we can use stuff from the Quixel library, but I also wanted to show you that we can use our own assets and being able to use displacement maps as well. And so if you want to see how to set this up with Quixel Bridge, make sure you go on my last tutorial that I just previously uploaded to see how to get that all set up. And so if I come over into Quixel Bridge, if I come down here to local, import, you can see I already have this texture imported inside of Quixel Bridge here. So if I click on this, you can see we have it at 4K resolution. It's all ready to go. And so before I hit export on Quixel Bridge, I first need to make sure that I have everything set up in Unreal Engine. So I'm going to go back to Unreal, make sure I have this big green button here in the middle. This is Mega Skins. That makes sure that our live link from Unreal to Quixel Bridge is up and ready to go. So I'm going to click on this. And then right here, we want to make sure that we have this one enabled. So it says enable displacement. If you click on this, this gives you an easy solution. Once we import our texture from Quixel Bridge, everything is going to be lined up and it's going to be really easy to set up here. So make sure you have that clicked on. I'm going to X this out. Then I'm going to come back over to Bridge. And then I'm just going to export this out. But before I do, I'm actually going to click on this gear, go to my export settings, come down to textures, come down to surfaces, and I just want to make sure that I have displacement checkmarked here, and which I do. And so I can go back and click on export down here. And it looks like my export successful. So I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. And there we go. Now we have our texture down here inside of Unreal Engine. And I'm going to make this a little bit larger so we can see it like so. So I have my texture already set up here. I'm just going to make a plane and drop it into my scene. So I'm going to drag and drop that in here, come over to my details panel, just zero it out, make this maybe, bring this up on my scale by 10. And then for my light, I'm just going to make it movable real quick. So then I want to get rid of all these icons and the grid and everything on here. So I'm just going to click G on my keyboard, shortcut to get that taken out. Then I'm just going to click and drag my material onto my plane. And I want to maybe scale this down a little bit. So I'm going to double click on my material. Just come over here inside of my parameters, click on tiling. Let's maybe make this like 5 by 5. If I look back at my viewport, that looks pretty good right there. And so I promise you guys an easy solution on how to add displacement to this. So if I come back over here into my parameters down here, if I scroll down, we should have a parameter here for displacement. So I'm going to click on this, and then I can actually see this happening in my viewport as well. So right here on displacement amount, I'm just going to click and drag this up. And you can see the displacement happening in our viewport as well. So I'm going to save it, look at my viewport, and now we have some displacement on our plane, but we could get better displacement if we had something with a little bit more polygons. So I'm actually going to jump over into Cinema 4D and just bring in a plane that has a lot of polys on it. So here I'm inside of Cinema 4D. I'm just going to make I'm going to make a cube, just add a bunch of polys to it. So maybe let's make this 1,000 by 1,000. If I come over here to display, make sure I can see my shading. So maybe let's do 10 by 10. Maybe go a little bit higher than that. So 50 by 50, something like that. Then we're going to click on cube, click the C on the keyboard. Now I have this cube down here, and I'm going to just export this out as a FBX. I could do it as a Cinema 4D file, but since I'm only bringing this little plane over, I could just do it as a FBX. So I'm going to click OK, just save it to my folder here, just name this one plane. Then come back over to Unreal. Then I'm going to click on this big green button here, come over to import to. Then I believe I saved it to my desktop. There we go, plane. Click on this, just going to open it, just going to bring it in, import all. There we go. So now we have a plane. I could just click and drag that into my scene here. And let me actually get rid of this one. I'm just going to zero out these parameters here, pull back a little bit, and then we're going to go back down here to Mega Scans, Surfaces, click and drag this on here. And this should give us a lot more polygons so we can see our displacements better. So I'm going to come over here, scroll down to displacements, and there we go. It's a little bit really exaggerated there, but And if I move my sun around, you can see we have some nice displacement on the skulls and everything in here. So there we go. So that was a quick and easy way that we could get displacement maps on our scenes inside of Unreal Engine. Of course, this works with auto mega scan materials, but I just wanted to show you guys how we could use this using other textures other than mega scans, and it still works as long as you have a displacement map in your materials. So hopefully this helped you guys out. The reason I went into Cinema 4D to make it plain was because I wanted something with a lot of polygons in here, just to kind of show you the power of displacement once inside of Unreal Engine. And the reason that I used a cube instead of a plane is because a lot of times when I used a plane in Unreal Engine, it didn't really translate over as well. So I found that if I make like a really thin cube, bring that into Unreal, and it seems to work out. So if this did help you out, make sure you leave me a comment down below. If you're new to the channel, make sure you click that subscribe, and until next time, stay fresh, keep creating, and I'll catch you in the next video. I'll see you soon. Take care.